Everyone, please stand. Welcome to our Honorable Prime Minister. Thank you so much. Please be seated. That is our most honorable. Today, we celebrate 13 students of members of our staff who have done well in these examinations. That is the primary exit profile. Good afternoon and welcome again. We recognize our most honorable Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, Senator Abka Fitzhenley, Parliamentary Secretary in the OPM, Ambassador Rocky Mead, who just came in. Good afternoon, Ambassador Mead, Permanent Secretary here in the Office of the Prime Minister, Ms. Katana McLeod, CTD, Office of the Cabinet, representing the Honorable Audrey Sewell, PS and Cabinet Secretary in the Office of the Cabinet. Of course, our PEP awardees and their parents, their guardians, and members of staff of the OPM. Welcome all. We pause at this time and invite Mrs. Georgia Barnes-Bachan, Executive Secretary in the Office of the Cabinet, to do our opening prayer. Georgia, please.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Heavenly Father, as we gather today to celebrate the achievements of these students, I pray that they will continue to seek after wisdom and understanding, knowing that you are the one who gives generously to all those who ask. Guide them, Lord, in making wise choices and decisions throughout their lives. Lord, I pray that they will trust in you with all their hearts and submit to your will in every area of their lives. Lord, you know each of them by name and nature. Lord, lead them on straight paths and guide them in the way that they should go. Lord, you know the plans you have for each of them, plans to prosper and to give them hope and a future. Lord, give them hope and confidence as they walk in the path that you have set for them. Lord, I pray that you will continue to protect them, bless their families, their guardians, and all those who have supported them thus far, and all those who will see their potential and create opportunities for them to walk in their purpose. Lord, I pray for the teachers who have gone above and beyond to nurture, prepare, mentor, guide, and impact, and impart knowledge necessary for their success. Lord, I pray for our Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, and all of our distinguished guests here today who holds positions of leadership. Lord, I pray that you will continue to bless, guide, keep, and fill each and every one of us with wisdom, understanding, discernment, and knowledge. Grant us favor and increase, Lord. And all these and other mercies I ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Barnes-Bachan. Now, just before Permanent Secretary Mead offers his greetings, we want to just mention that this year we had 34,937 students, that's a huge number, registered to do the PEP. And we are so excited about our 13 here in the Office of the Prime Minister and the Office of the Cabinet. We are so excited for the hard work that they have put in, and they have certainly achieved these results. Please put your hand together and let them know that the journey has just begun. Ambassador Mead, you can make your way. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ceremonies. Honorable Prime Minister, Senator Abka Fitzhenley, Ms. Katana McLeod representing the Cabinet Secretary, senior members of the staff here, parents of the PEP awardees, good afternoon. This is indeed a significant occasion at different levels. Certainly, for the students, it is a significant achievement and the mark of a significant challenge as you look forward to stepping up to the secondary system. For the parents, it must be a sigh of relief that you've managed to take the children to this stage. This is significant for us here because we take a people-centered approach. In our approach to what we do, it is our people first that we focus on. And this event is just one of the several things we do to show that we appreciate our staff and the extended family of our staff. The fact that we're able to get the Most Honorable Andrew Holness here, Prime Minister, is extremely significant. I can tell you, even as Permanent Secretary, sometimes I have difficulty getting into his diary. But he considers this very important, to be a part of this, to show the appreciation of our staff. I note that even with the excellent pay increases we had recently, we still have challenges retaining staff. And what is attractive about the Office of the Prime Minister is that we show that we appreciate staff. It's not just the salary and so on, and this is one of the indications. So I want to add my congratulations to the PEP awardees. I want to add my congratulations to our staff members, the parents, and to say well done, and continue to grow from strength to strength. And to all the staff members to say we will continue to appreciate you as we show that people are the most important element of what we do. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pierce Mead. Thank you so much. People first. Bear that in mind. We invite at this time Ms. Kaitana McLeod, representing PSN Cabinet Secretary Sewell.
The Most Honorable Andrew Holness, Prime Minister, Senator Abka Fitzhenley, Parliamentary Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, Ambassador Rocky Mead, Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, other distinguished guests, primary exit profile PEP awardees, parents, guardians, and friends, good afternoon. It is an honor to be here today on behalf of the Cabinet Secretary to participate in the annual awards presentation, which celebrates the remarkable achievement of our children from the Office of the Prime Minister and the Office of the Cabinet who have been successful in the PEP assessment for 2024. We gather here not just to mark another event on our calendars, but to recognize a journey of hard work, perseverance, and triumph. Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. The Office of the Cabinet joins with the Office of the Prime Minister in this ceremony, which marks the achievement of the children of our staff, and we wish to use this occasion to celebrate their passage from primary and prep school to secondary school. To the PEP awardees, please note that firstly, at the heart of this celebration, we are commemorating a personal achievement for each of you, which is rooted in the sacrifices and support of your parents, your extended family, friends, and teachers. Also, this achievement is a testament to the determination and unyielding spirit of each of you to succeed. Secondly, as no achievement is an island, it is crucial to acknowledge the tireless efforts and support of everyone involved and celebrate our parents also. Parents, from the late nights to the early mornings, your commitment has been the fuel for this incredible journey. To each one of you, your dedication has not gone unnoticed, and today we celebrate you also. To our PEP awardees, as you look ahead, remember that this milestone to high school is not the final destination, but a stepping stone to greater heights. You stand at the precipice of a future brimming with potential. So embrace it with the same fervor that brought you this success in PEP and to this moment at this ceremony. The future belongs to you who believe in the beauty of your dreams. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Caetano McLeod, representing the PS and Cabinet Secretary in the Office of the Cabinet. So we're in for a little excitement, a little entertainment. Ms. Sharona Forrester, past Jamaica House Fellow and 2016 Rhodes Scholar, will bring her item. Welcome her, please.
I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaking now. I gotta keep trying, gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Doesn't matter how fast I get there. Doesn't matter what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. The struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. No. These are the moments I will remember most. I gotta keep strong. Just keep pushing on. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Doesn't matter how fast I get there. Doesn't matter what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. Keep pushing, keep pressing on, yeah. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Doesn't matter how fast I get there. Doesn't matter what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. It's the climb. Keep the faith, yeah. Keep on pushing. Keep believing, yeah. It's all about the climb. It's all about the climb. Just trust God, work hard, and it's about the climb.
Thank you so much, Sharona. Listen, I was kind of, yes? Absolutely. It was beautiful. I kind of felt like I was climbing myself. The climb has begun. Let's keep going. There's always going to be another mountain. There's always going to be another obstacle, but let us keep it focused. Let's keep it moving. The climb is on. Amen. Our Honorable Prime Minister, education is very near and dear to his heart. He's totally excited to be with you today and to bring his address. We invite him now to do so. Most Honorable Prime Minister Andrew Holness. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Sophia. And allow me to acknowledge Senator Apka Fitzhenley, Parliamentary Secretary in OPM, Ambassador Rocky Mead, our Permanent Secretary at OPM, and Ms. Katana McLeod, representing our Cabinet Secretary, the Honorable Audrey Sewell, and distinguished ladies and gentlemen, parents, and the most important people in the room, our students, the PEP awardees. I've been doing this now for almost, 9 years of ceremony acknowledging the success of first GSAT, now PEP students who are children of parents of the Office of the Prime Minister and the Cabinet Office. It is one of our calendar events. We do it every year, and it is not just a part of our human resource management strategy to ensure that our workers know that we care about them and their children, but it is important to acknowledge the hard work and sacrifice of our children. And I use this as a platform on all the occasions that I have overseen it to make some observations about education. But before I do that, allow me to thank the parents who they may not be the one sitting in the exam. They may not be the one shading in the spaces and writing the essays. But I know, having gone through it myself several years ago, and I see Senator Fitzhenley smiling, he will go through it in a few years. Having gone through it, I know that it is as if you are the one sitting the exam. And not just in the preparation, but in the trepidation of the outcome and the result. So much relies on this. So much is riding on it. So I know that you are celebrating, you are happy, probably more so than the students. And again, let me congratulate and commend the students for their performance in the PEP examinations. But true to form, allow me to make some comments on education in our country. Now, firstly, education outside of the Ministry of Finance is probably one of the largest budgets, largest call on the budget. It is a substantial expenditure of resources each year. And I'm certain that even with that large expenditure, there are those who will say it is not enough. We still need to spend more on education. And I would not debate that point. Clearly, we need to spend more, whether it is on infrastructure, on teaching and learning, on remuneration and compensation for our teachers. We need to spend more on education. But that is a moot point. The real question is, what are we doing with what we are spending on education? Can we achieve more? Or could we spend it differently? So the issue of transformation in education, yes, we agree we have to spend more, but can we do things differently to get better results? And that is why we have engaged a process of reviewing the education system. We have done the education transformation report, so we have a plan, we have a roadmap, and we have put in place a structure to review that plan and to have that plan executed. But what should be the outcome of this process of transformation? Mind you, we have done transformation processes before. I recall doing one in 2004, thereabout. We have had some successes as a result. But I'm certain that the average Jamaican is not of the view that we have transformed education into what we would all want to see it in terms of its final state. So yes, transformation is a process. It is ongoing. Every year we are making changes, whether it is to curriculum, whether it is to teaching and learning, whether it is to teacher training, building new infrastructure. But I'm certain that in the minds of almost every Jamaican, there is a sense that our education system needs to do more. We need more from the education system. And that sense is not lost on me. And I too feel that way. And so the question then is, how can we accelerate transformation? How can we make it happen more quickly? And that is essentially at the feet of the government. The government is in charge of this process. And we have started the process. The first element of the transformation is to actually study the system, know what you need to change, and then assemble the resources to make the change. That is a process in which we are involved now, putting the people and the systems together, and then to make the financial allocations. But what would the system look like when it is finished? And I want to stretch your minds a bit. Almost every year, as I've said, we gather to celebrate this ritual of students leaving primary education to go into secondary education. It's almost a rite of passage that the greatest pride of parents is not so much the child leaving secondary to go to university. I mean, if you were to compare the level of excitement and involvement and the level of expenditure and participation of parents, it's really the celebration of the child leaving primary school to get into high school. Because I don't know how to interpret this. I leave it to the audience to interpret it. Is that it is gaining a good high school education that is going to determine your life chances. Not necessarily gaining tertiary education. And parents understand this. So we have this notion of a good school. Getting our children into a good school sets you for life. And that is why so early we place so much pressure on our children. At a point in time where their brains and their physical bodies are not at the stage and state of development to handle such pressure. So essentially, we are predetermining at an early stage a small segment of our population for success. And the truth is that it is not just the individual ability to withstand pressure, to remain focused in the class, to pay attention to the teacher, to absorb at an early age. It's not just the innate abilities of that particular child, but there are also some socio-economic variables which are not evenly distributed in the society. Some people have better home situations than others. Some people have more financial resources. They come from a better income background, which impacts on their ability. In other words, there are some persons who have greater support to do well in education because of their socioeconomic circumstances. So our system is so built that we continue to distribute life chances, essentially, by those who can do well and are pre-selected at that age to do well on our exams. So essentially, there are a certain set of the society who will never get those chances because at that age they may not develop at pace with everybody else. They certainly wouldn't have the socioeconomic support to do well. And some people are just late bloomers. So there is need, in my opinion, to change the social structure around education. Now, the society is so vested in it. If you were to say, all right, we shouldn't send the best students to the best places, you would have upheaval in Jamaica. I mean, if we were to say, we really need to put the students who are really challenged with the best teachers, wouldn't that be a more equitable distribution of life chances? But would the society agree with that? Of course not. The society would not agree with that. So then what do you do? What do we do? So the Ministry of Education has been trying to improve all schools so that it doesn't really matter which school you go to, you get the same quality of teaching. And that has to be the strategy. So school improvement is a very important part of the transformation of the education system. I don't want to go into too much details about school improvement, but that is also highly political because it does, and political not in the sense of partisan, but there are many interest groups that are vested that you would need to be able to get all the stakeholders together on the same page with the same understanding and the same sight of the outcome. Because sometimes the sight of the outcome is not the same. Meaning, some people may be looking at my personal development, my personal interest, rather than on the learning outcome of the child. So in some instances, it is not the outcome of the child that is the prime priority. It might very well be other outcomes that, and so when we talk about school improvement and doing transformation, there is a great deal of work that has to be done to bring the stakeholders together to focus on what is really the priority. So a part of the transformation is about school improvement, and we have many strategies in place, many plans in place to address the improvement of schools. Some of those plans would include the building of new schools. Now, I heard an interesting figure mentioned that 34,900 students sat the PEP exam this year. But it was placed in the context that it was such a large number. In 2011, 43,000 students sat the GSAT examination. Our numbers are declining. The birth rate is increasing at a decreasing rate. So there are less students going into our schools. Now this has significant implication for education planners and for infrastructure. That's about what, 8,000 students less? And the numbers will probably continue to decline. Probably they will level off at about 32, 33,000, maybe 31,000 depending. So that gives us an opportunity to look at the physical infrastructure that we have. Number of schools, number of classrooms. It also gives us an opportunity to look at how can we leverage the best teachers with technology so that more students can get access to the best teachers. Of course, there's the challenge of our teachers leaving, and you know, Jamaica is a free and open society. We are very much tied into the global market, and that is just a reality that we have to deal with. But at this point, I'd want to just raise this issue of the teaching of mathematics as a part of the transformation of the system. So the school improvement strategy is one, which is dealing with infrastructure, but most importantly, when we talk about school improvement, we're really talking about improving the leadership and management of schools. But we also have to improve the curriculum, the teaching and learning. And that's a part of the transformation. And we have already indicated that where we would like to go as a part of the transformation is to see an improvement and a focus in STEM. That is in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And that is where we really need to go. I know whenever I speak this way, persons in the creative sector would say, remember, arts, it's very important, and I agree, it's very important. So the strategy is STEAM. So it's the science, the technology, the engineering, the arts, and mathematics. But we are naturally good at the arts. I don't think that is a challenge. We need to leverage that to get better in the other areas where we have not focused, where culturally we have sought to devalue STEM as if it is not important. And if the transformation is going to mean anything to the country, Jamaica must improve its standing in the STEM subjects. And a great deal of work is being done, both in the Ministry of Education, and I must at this point out the great work that is being done by Glenn Christian and others to put together an entire STEM related system of training and developing teachers at the Micro University. Now, we will be building 6 STEM schools. That is in the process now of being planned, and financing is being put in place to do that. But these schools will not be run under the current education system in terms of the Education Act in how those schools are going to be run. We will develop a new scheme of managing those schools, because it is, for us, it is a strategically important program. We need to create very quickly, very rapidly, with guarantees, a generation of Jamaicans who are highly trained in STEM. This is a national priority. when I had an opportunity just a few days ago to review the results at the CXC exams and to see the level of passes in mathematics, it is of great concern to me. It is not just a social problem. It is imperative for our economic development. The country cannot develop without us doing better at mathematics. The jobs that are paying better and the jobs that we need to attract to Jamaica, which pays better, involve science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. There's a lot of talk that, it's low wage, and we need more pay. Somebody needs to say, and I guess I am the person who will have to say it, that wages don't just come out of the sky. You don't just increase wages like that. It's not just a snap of a finger. We have gone through that period. You can increase the wages as much as you want. But if it is not tied to something that is in the real sector, then all we're doing is creating inflation. The wages are tied to what you produce. And the productive sector for Jamaica, if we're going to be bringing in new jobs that are going to be paying higher wages, those industries, if we're going to break from the traditional industries of BPOs and hotels, to start to think now about attracting software development, artificial intelligence. Let's say we don't go to those highly technical things, but let's talk about assembly of microchips. Not making them, but just to assemble, appliances and electronic equipment that are made here. Let's think about industries in medical technology. These are industries that require this very high level of training. And that is where we will need to be focused. So when we, a few years ago, decided that we have to transform the education system, it is because we understand how to transform not just education, but to transform the economy. That, yes, the complaint is that Jamaica has been described as low growth and low wage. But to move from low growth and low wage, we need to move to high skill and high productivity. And where does it start? It starts with the PEP generation that is here. We need to guarantee that 20 to 30% of our students will go into PEP, and we will be able to produce the engineers that we need. The truth is that we simply do not have enough engineers. We do not have enough data analysts and data scientists. We just simply don't. And the focus, therefore, has to be on how do we very rapidly ensure that the smaller number of students that are going into the education system each year, that we have an increasing number of them that are in a almost protected environment where they can be channeled, supported, and protected into developing the STEM skills that are necessary. And that is a strategy that we will have to employ to rapidly reach to this level of productivity. And so the STEM schools that we're building can't be run under the regular ambit of the education system. It has to be run under a different scheme of management that makes the child the priority. And the outcome of producing highly trained, technically oriented persons I know what I'm saying is going to offend a lot of people. But, I can only be honest with you and tell you what we need to do. There are some people who live in a dream world and who just want to keep things as they are. I've come to change things. And I have just to tell you what the reality is. The reality is we can't continue to do psychology and social work and this and that and the other. We need more people in science. We need more people in mathematics. And it's not just for me to come and talk and preach, but to actually put the things in motion for it to be done. And it's not a snap of the finger. It takes some time. So we have made a policy decision that is set. We're going to do 6 STEM schools. We have identified the lands that is set. We're now going through what is called the investment assessment process. Once that is finished, we will start with building 1 school, and then we'll fund until we have all 6 built. But the way in which they will be managed, we will create a whole different scheme of management for those schools, because this is a national emergency. It is a national priority for us to have these properly well-trained STEM students. And I'm hopeful that some of the graduates, our PEP, successful PEP students here, will be part of that new army of technically trained workers in Jamaica that will guarantee Jamaica's future economic development. So with those words, which I don't see any smiles on any faces, or everybody's reflective because it is a sobering message. But with those few words, again, let me commend you and wish you all the best in your education journey.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, our most honorable Prime Minister, for that very educational address. So many lessons to take away from that. So we now move into the presentation of awards. Our most honorable Prime Minister will in fact make those awards. So we will now, our organizers get ready for that. We'll ask you, Mr. Prime Minister, to come to my right. Thank you, sir. Okay, right and forward. Right and up and here. This is great. Thank you so much. And the first person we will call is Aidan Aikman. Put your hands together for Aidan. Thank you so much, Aidan. And Aidan is making his way to Campion College. He is a child, yes, of Corporal Troy Aikman, who is one of our close protection officers for the Honorable Prime Minister. Congratulations again, Aidan. Secondly, we want to call forward Thea Marie Anderson. Put your hands together for her. Now, Thea Marie is the daughter of Sergeant Winston Anderson, also a member of the Honorable Prime Minister's detail. She is heading to Campion College. Congratulations. Thirdly, Elena Buckley. Come forward, Elena. Thank you. Elena is heading to, they would say, the Holy Childhood High School. The Holy Childhood High School. She is the daughter of Terence Buckley. He is at the Office of the Prime Minister. Fourthly, we want to recognize another Aidan, but Seaton this time. Aidan Seaton. Oh, I'm sorry, that is correct. Representing her son, Jamar Campbell. I know. This is Mrs. Simone Daly Campbell, mother of Jamar Campbell. Unfortunately, Jamar couldn't attend. He's not well. Do offer him our get well greetings, Mrs. Campbell, and our congratulations. We now recognize Dejanay Davis. Come on forward, Dejanay. Dejanay is heading to Merle Grove High School. She is the daughter of Sergeant Sarah Lee Stevenson Davis, also from the Prime Minister's detail. Congratulations, Dejanay. Kamari Forrester is the next person. Come on, Kamari. He's heading to St. George's College. He is the child of Rowan Forrester in admin of the Office of the Prime Minister. Congratulations, Kamari. We call forward Jade Johnson. Looking very smart. Jade is heading to St. Andrews High for girls. She is the daughter of Corporal Daniel Pommels from also the Honorable Prime Minister's detail. They are doing exceptionally well. Okay, we want to recognize Kelsian Palmer. Looking very smart today, Kelsian. Heading again to Holy Childhood High School. She is the daughter of Miss Kamei Garrix in the Chancery and Protocol section of the Office of the Prime Minister. Congratulations again, Kelsian. Our 9th awardee is Michaela Scarlett. Come on forward, Michaela. Now, Michaela is heading to St. Diego High Track School, yes? She is the daughter of Corporal Michael Scarlett, also from the Honorable Prime Minister's detail. Congratulations again, Michaela. Our 10th awardee is Aidan Seaton. The second Aidan. Come forward, Aidan. Aidan is heading to, should I say, the Campion College. And he is the son of Mrs. Mary Seaton from the Office of the Cabinet. Thank you so much, Mr. Prime Minister. Appreciate it. Just to recognize that there are 3 students who are absent today, apart from Jamari Campbell, who was unwell, Tasia Lee Kamok, daughter of Princess Gordon Kamok from the Office of the Prime Minister. Also absent is Tiana James, the daughter of Euron James at the OPM, and Nasia Blair, going to St. Catherine, thank you so much for that. And Nasia Blair, daughter of Corporal Carl Blair, again from the Most Honorable Prime Minister's detail. Very, very productive. Heading to the Immaculate High. Let's put our hands together and make them understand how much we appreciate the work that has begun and the climb that is on. Okay, so we will be blessed with a...
Like the flames of a candle dancing in the wind, so they burned within me. Like the roars of a lion behind prison bars of iron, so they cry to be free. Like a caged bird sings of things denied, so they ask to be allowed to spread their wings and fly high above the clouds in the freedom of the empty sky. Like the flowing river, hard to tame, so they refuse to be silent. Like the African drum, beating in our ancestors' veins as they fought back bullets with machetes and an empire with small bands of men, so they are resilient, for they are the hopes and the dreams of better days. From the ashes of despair and defeat, they race to cheer us on, saying, never surrender, never give up, we shall overcome. For as sure as night follows, better days will come. Sown in the darkness of sorrow and pain, they bloom in the radiance of sunshine that comes after the rain. Frail and weak, like newborn babes, we hold them close to our hearts. For sometimes they are all we have, and their promises are our reason for living. With these small seeds, all great deeds start. For the mind is the beginning. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Malia. Hopes and dreams, and we all have those. Thank you for that reminder, and thank you, Mommy, for certainly allowing her to bless us today. We invite Master Aiden Seaton to do his reply on behalf of all awardees today.
Good morning, everyone. As we come to the end of this afternoon ceremony, it is my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of my fellow awardees. First and foremost, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to the Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, for hosting us today and sharing his words of inspiration and presenting us with our gifts. You have provided us with a lot to think about, and I am sure we will all take your words with us as we start our new schools. We are truly honored that you have invited us here today. I also want to thank Senator Abka Fitz-Henley, Parliamentary Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister, for being here today. A sincere thank you also goes out to Ambassador Rocky Mead, the Permanent Secretary in the Office of the Prime Minister. We know you are a very busy man, and we appreciate you taking the time to come and share your thoughts with us. We are also grateful to Ms. Katana McLeod, the Chief Technical Director, who stepped in to represent the Honorable Andrew Sewell, Cabinet Secretary. Thank you for sharing your words with us and for making us feel welcome here. On a personal note, I know my mother has appreciated your support throughout the PEP process as someone she works with every day. Miss Sharona Forrester, thank you for your inspiring presentation today. I was particularly excited to see you, as I have always been inspired by Rhodes Scholars. Maybe one of us in the room will follow your footsteps in the future. Malia Brown, my former schoolmate, thank you for coming and delivering your award-winning piece, Hopes and Dreams. Miss Sophia Cummings, thank you for being our Master of Ceremonies today. You have ensured that the event has run smoothly, and we all knew what was going on at all times. Miss Georgia Barnes-Batchen, we are grateful for the blessing that you gave us this afternoon. Thank you for ensuring that we invited the Lord into our presence today. And for those behind the scenes, the staff at the Office of the Prime Minister and Office of the Cabinet who organized today's event, thank you for your hard work in ensuring that we had an event that we can all look back on with pride. To my fellow awardees, I wish you all the best as you enter your new schools, and I am sure you will continue to perform at a high level. Thank you for coming today. Finally, I am sure that the rest of the awardees would like me to say a special thank you to our families and teachers. None of us would have gotten through PEP without your encouragement, support, love, and guidance. We know it hasn't been an easy road, but we have been successful due to your help. We promise to do our best as we go forward and continue to make you proud. In conclusion, thank you all once again for your invaluable contributions and participation. Have a good afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aidan. Well read, well represented. Congratulations. I think you're looking like you'd like to applaud again. Please, please. Thank you so much, Aidan. Our Prime Minister gave us the insights on all the transformation that is underway in relation to education. Now, to our PEP students, do you recall anything the Prime Minister said today? Come on, Aidan. Let's just do this quickly. What did the Prime Minister say?
He said that he was planning to build 6 new STEM schools and that they were in the way of being built and they were currently at the getting financial money to ensure they're built.
Thank you so much, Aidan. Anybody else heard anything the Prime Minister said? Quickly tell me your name again.
My name is Kamar Forrester, and I heard him say that we should focus more on the science, technology, engineering, and mathematical.
High five. Come on. That's a big takeaway. Thank you so much. Put your hands together for our students. Let us not even think that what the Honorable Prime Minister said was over their head. They got it. So as you step into your journeys, pay attention to what brings the most value, the most income, the most benefit to Jamaica land we love. And those are the Prime Minister saying, those STEM subjects. And STEM means S for, T for, E for, and M for mathematics. So as you step into high school, pay attention to those subjects. Step into those like you are the boss of those subjects, yes? Do well. We are proud of you. Continue to excel. Thank you to everyone for making it today. We appreciate your presence. To our most Honorable Prime Minister, Ambassador Meade, representing our CABSEC and PS. We are so grateful that you're here. To our parents, continue to do what you have been doing so well. To Mrs. Cahoon-Smith and her team, continue to do this work. We are so grateful. Have a good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for coming.